Best love stories from the Bible. The Bible is full of so many great stories, from struggle to triumph and impossible to miraculous. The most memorable for me are the love stories. There are many different kinds of love stories in the Bible, including parents with their children, friendships, and loving your enemies. But I really like the marriage relationship in the Bible. You have to read and study the verses closely, but there is so much to learn about what true love really means and how to remain committed in your relationship. Number 5. Abraham and Sarah. The couple that traveled together, caused trouble together, and dreamed big together. Imagine when Abraham first told Sarah that they were going to move far away from their families. This may have seemed welcome at first, but moving away back then meant you were leaving for good. Abraham also left his insecurities and lack of faith get the best of him as he told Sarah to lie about who she was. Sarah became impatient waiting around for God and took building a family into her own hands. As a highly regarded biblical couple, the story shows that no one is perfect. Number 4. Jacob and Rachel. I think every woman today should decide their future spouse to be a Jacob. He adored Rachel and loved her dearly that he became her father's servant and sacrificed years of his life to appease Laban. Rachel was not always happy in her marriage, especially since she had to share her husband with her sister Leah. Yeah, this might seem foreign to me, and I can't imagine this. But God did not forget Rachel, but blessed her with kids when she cried out to him. Number 3. Ruth and Boaz. Ruth and Boaz's story is sweet and charming. After experiencing the death of her first husband, Ruth stayed close to her mother-in-law, whom she loved dearly. Boaz was attracted to Ruth's loyalty and began leaving tokens of extra food for her. What man doesn't try to make life easier for the woman he is trying to impress? Their relationship is one of the servanthood as their love grew while serving one another. Number 2. Mary and Joseph. You would think that being the parents of Jesus would have helped them create a strong bond from the very beginning of their marriage. But that's just not how the story began. They were getting ready to become united in marriage. Mary became pregnant and Joseph knew this was impossible. God intervened, and although they were afraid, especially of what their family and community would say, they knew that Jesus was going to be special. After surviving the first few years of Jesus' life while moving to a foreign land for refuge, Mary and Joseph had a larger family and realized that Jesus was special at a young age, maybe what many would call a gifted child by today's terminology. Number 1. Adam and Eve. The original couple in the Bible, Adam and Eve, had so many blessings to share in the Garden of Eden, but ended up choosing a life of toil and struggle. Sounds familiar, right? Well, what I admire about them is that they had to learn as they went, and yes, they had guidance and counsel from God, but they were setting the original standards. They had to learn their occupation from scratch. Talk about inventing the wheel. One of their sons murdered his brother. Life was certainly not easy, but they remained committed, and I believe they were immensely blessed because of it.